Hi, this is Caesar with More Options Coaching, and I have a thought today. We all experience challenges in our lives, problems if you wish, and if we're lucky enough, we're going to continue to have them. That's a good sign because it means that we reached the limit of our understanding and we're just about to grow and evolve as a human being. Now, how do we create those problems for ourselves? My understanding is this. As human beings, what we do, we have a deep desire, a need to make sense of the world around us, of the things happening in our environment. And thus, we elaborate reasonings, rules, also known as beliefs, a belief system. We decide that this is how things are, or this is how things should be. On another hand, as we grow older and older, we tend to identify more and more with our mind. So we grow to believe that we are what we think. And thus, in order to protect our ego, we ferociously defend this belief system, even when it ceases to serve us. Because when something that's happening in our environment doesn't fit within the rules that we elaborated, then we don't know how to make sense of it. And we call that a problem. But the thing that happens is the thing that happens. It is what it is. The discomfort that we feel comes from the rules that we hold, from the beliefs that we have about the world, that cannot encompass anymore or explain or make sense of that particular event or thing. How do I know this? I know how it sounds, but it's kind of simple. As you think about that grudge that you're holding these days, that you think you cannot let go of, and it's really bothering you, ask yourself this. Is there a possibility for anybody in the world, for a person in the world, for whom that event to not be a problem, who couldn't care less about that particular problem? It's not a source of confusion or any discomfort for that person. And I'm sure you'll agree that there is at least one person for whom that event is not a problem. And that's because that person does not have a rule in regards to that event. It's indifferent. In other words, if the rule is not there, the problem cannot exist. No rule, no problem. I like that. No rule, no problem. So if you want to get unstuck out of a particular situation, the simplest advice that I have is just let go. Forget about it and just move on. I mean, if my rule is honesty, being honest is important to me, and that person lied to me, so what? Learn the lesson that you need to learn and forget about it. Move on. Why would I stay there and agonize upon the fact that that person lied to me? Now, on the other hand, if I find it difficult to just let go, forget about it, and move on, that means that somewhere I attached a deeper meaning to that particular rule. You see, that happens when my thinking goes, like, if that person lied to me, that means he's disrespectful. And him being disrespectful means so-and-so. And that thing means so on and so forth. And it goes deeper and deeper, getting more and more personal with each step, until at one moment in time it gets to the level where it attacks my identity. And that's a very dangerous place to be. Because the emotional charge at that level is like cement for that stuckness. You see, that's where he lied to me becomes, that means I'm a doormat. And that linkage happens so fast, that process goes so fast in my mind, that I lose the fact that there are many steps between he lied to me and I'm a doormat. And I take it as a direct connection, and I take it as being the truth. And it happens to all of us time to time. We slip into that, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And at some level we have a sense that it might not be quite the truth, but we cannot let go. If you are in that place, that's the moment for you to just take a break. Just take a break. Put some distance between you and that particular subject. Cool down, let the heat dissipate a little bit, and take a perspective on yourself. See yourself doing that thinking, doing that progression of thoughts which led you from one event to a weird conclusion. And as you notice yourself assigning a particular meaning along this process, he lied to me, that means he disrespects me. What if you were to play a game? What if you were to play a game and just ask yourself, what else could that mean? What else could that mean? And challenge yourself for each disempowering meaning that you find. Find at least 3 other possibilities. At least 3 other possibilities that are neutral or perhaps even positive as a reflection on yourself. Because, after all, who says that only the negative things can be true? Huh? And you're going to find things like, what if it means that that person is so unsure of himself and so afraid inside that he cannot withstand the truth? What if that person is so overwhelmed by your personality and feels so insignificant in your face that he needs to find a lie in order to simply level out his degree of insignificance? You have plenty of possibilities on this, but you don't have to take my word for it. Just try it out. Try it out. Play a game with yourself. The worst thing that can happen is to find that your experience shifts at one moment. And remember that a thought cannot be the truth. It cannot be the truth. It's just a thought. Because at any moment in time I can have the opposite thought. And that's a paradox. It's a paradox. It seems contradictory at one level of understanding, but as you raise your level of understanding, you find out that actually there's no contradiction there. There's no contradiction. For instance, we laugh when we play with kids peekaboo. And that's mainly because when they actually close their eyes or cover their eyes, they actually believe that you can't see them because they can't see you. And that's funny in a way. And if you were to explain to them how the things are, there'll be a paradox to them. They could not grasp it. However, as they grow and evolve, they see clearly, crystal clear, there's no contradiction there. And it never was. The only difference was their level of understanding and perceiving the world around them. So I invite you to play a game of understanding. Just become relaxed and focused. And pay attention to this analogy. And just, simply uncover your eyes. It might simply expand your options, give you more options in how you perceive the world around you, and give you more possibilities. I would also love to hear your opinions about these thoughts I have, because I also love to learn from your perspectives. So let me know how you think about that. Don't be shy. Take good care until next time.